Hey guys, Pawnce here, and today I just thought I'd talk a little bit about something that's going on over on Twitch, since it's kind of a provocative topic, I suppose, and people seem to think it's important. I don't really, but I stream over on Twitch a lot, obviously. I've mentioned that before. I have a stream, so I spend a lot of my time streaming, and some of my videos come from there. What's happening is that basically they're changing how audio works with their VoD system, the videos recorded past broadcasts. So it has nothing to do with actual live streaming, the whole point of Twitch. So people are still going to be playing music there, running audio stuff there. I'm not saying that'll always be the case. Maybe there'll be some sort of live streaming scanning thing way down in the future, but that's another topic entirely, and it's not really worth speculating on this at this current time. So basically, if you're running music and then the copyright system picks up that you're playing certain types of music, it will mute your video in 30-minute chunks. I've gone through all my old, or not all, but a lot of my old past videos, and I'm noticing basically since I have I'm mostly ambient and gaming music in the background. I do have some other stuff in there, but what I'm noticing is the only things that are being flagged are movie soundtrack songs and possibly my Final Fantasy Distant Worlds live concert orchestral music. And the thing is, I've already foreseen that might be a problem at some point, so I already have a playlist set up that has all that stuff removed. But in any case, the more important matter is Twitch. No one uses VODs, basically. I'm seeing a lot of doom and gloom stuff about this is the death of Twitch. I guarantee you, 99% of the people here are complaining about stuff, since people love complaining, do not use the Twitch VOD system. I go back and look at my VODs, no one watches that stuff. People are on Twitch to watch the live streams, which is not affected at all. The other thing is, basically, any Twitch streamer who knows what they're doing knows that the money and sort of the promotional ability for recordings is not on Twitch. Everything they do for recordings is set up to put onto YouTube. And on YouTube, you can't have that music anyway. You run into actual really big problems. They don't just mute your stuff. They flag your account. You can run into actual copyright problems with your YouTube account. So streamers are already cognizant of the fact that they know the important part of the recorded video section of their programming is YouTube. That's already ingrained, or it should be ingrained in everyone's mind. So either streamers are going to pre-mute or turn off their music if they want to upload something, or they're going to basically pre-mute or after the fact mute said clip. If anything, this might actually save people time because they don't have to manually mute it themselves. It might actually help me, if anything. So, yeah, the other thing that seems to have people in a panic is they're talking about. There's this one little line in here somewhere that's talking about how in-game music can be muted in theory. I have not run into a single case where that's happened, and that's causing everyone to freak out down here in the comments. I'm not saying it never happens, but as someone who does this a lot and spends a lot of my time having to think about this copyright stuff and what's acceptable where and what isn't, my guess is that this is sort of a provision for games that license, top 30 pop music or whatever and use it in some very specific part of the game. That's going to get flagged anyway because it's already in the system. It's not looking specifically for video game music. I've heard people talk about how Nintendo stuff can get flagged, but I've gone and checked the VODs of people who, speedrun Nintendo games, and I haven't seen a single instance of a video being muted on their stuff. Again, I'm not saying it never happens, but it's going to be extreme fringe cases that don't affect anything on VODs which no one watches anyway. So like I'm saying, there are much, much more important things to get worried about. And now if you're worried about the future of Twitch, saying, they might start scanning actual live broadcast and ban broadcast or something, I don't see them ever doing that because Twitch isn't that stupid. It's hard for a company to implode on that level. That's just retarded. But it's possible, I guess. You could speculate it if you're particularly pessimistic. Maybe, it's a possibility to you. But in any case, this really isn't an issue. Again, and to recap, streamers generally understand what they can and can't do with copyright stuff, especially with stricter things like YouTube being already a thing. You have to keep that stuff in mind. Live streaming is not affected in the least because they don't scan live programming. And lastly, no one watches VODs anyway. Again, some people do, but they're in a vast minority. And I mean, if VODs become important at all, streamers can adapt and just change their playlist, which I can do already because I knew this was going to happen at some point. Streamers are not, if they want a VOD to never get muted, they basically can't have a list called like, top 30 pop hits or something. In fact, I went back and checked my VODs where I was playing Japanese music. It doesn't cover any of that. Like, that's not in the system. But, no. That's it. That's all I have to say. Hopefully you guys found this informative and maybe allayed some fears if anyone was worried about stuff. All right, I'll see you guys around. Goodbye.